Alright, we're going to do the long tail cast on. It's called the long tail because you aren't starting right here with your cast on. You're actually making a tail so you can have enough to cast on. So we've got, you want to get about half an inch to an inch of tail per stitch you're going to make. So we're going to cast on 20 stitches right now, so I have about 10 inches here. Now, you need one knitting needle for this. You're going to put it here, and you're going to use your finger and thumb on this hand to hold your knitting needle, but also to hold your stitches in place. All right, now, we've wrapped it sort of over here, and you're just going to hold it in place there. Yes, you can use a slip knot. I find you don't need it, and that's just one less thing to have to worry about. So you're going to take both of these, you're going to take your last 3 fingers, take both of these in your hands, and then you're going to put your fingers in between like this, okay? And then you take your knitting needle and you drop it down. So you've got like a slingshot sort of thing. See the Y? Y. All right, now you're going to go up your thumb, down your finger, back down your thumb, drop it off your thumb, and use your thumb to push the yarn and tighten up that stitch. So once again, up the thumb, down the finger, down the thumb, drop it off the thumb, and push the yarn. And see how I'm holding on to these stitches that are already existing, making sure they aren't going anywhere. Up the thumb, down the finger, down the thumb, drop it off and push. Up the thumb, down the finger, down the thumb, drop it off and push. Up the thumb, down the finger, down the thumb, drop it off and push. Up the thumb, down the finger, down the thumb, drop it off and push. I'll try to show you a different way. So you're going up the thumb into this little hole, and then essentially you are, by going down the finger, you're catching this string and pulling it through this loop. And then when you drop it and tighten that loop, it secures it on the knitting needle. So once again, up through this loop, you aren't actually grabbing this loop at all, you're just catching this string to pull it through that loop and then tightening around to make sure it stays. So up here, catch the yarn, back down through, there we go. And every so often you kind of have to readjust your hands. So when you do, make sure that the tail is towards you and the ball, which is all the rest of the yarn, is away from you. You grab it with the bottom 3, put your finger and thumb in between, and then drop your needle down. Up, down, down, drop, push. Up, down, down, drop, push. Up, down, down, drop, push. Okay, we're going to do it really, really slow. So, tracing your needle up the finger, or up the thumb, down the finger, down the thumb, drop it off the thumb, push it away with your thumb, and then when your thumb comes back, it's right in position. Now, eventually, you can get super duper fast with this, but it takes so many thousands of stitches cast on to get to this point. But each of these little loops on here is a stitch, so we can count them. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So we need one more. So one last time. We go up the thumb, down the finger, down the thumb, drop it, and push. Now we have 20 stitches. We have just this little tail left. Some people like to have a little bit more of a tail. That's fine. If you do have more of a tail, make sure that you knot it or in some way incapacitate it. Otherwise, you will start knitting with this guy instead of that and be very unhappy. So this is the long tail cast on. It is a nice sturdy cast on that is easy to knit from. So it's a really good one to learn as a beginner. It's a pretty easy one to learn, but it's also easy to knit from.